Sean, pleasure to be speaking with you. And you've been open about not knowing, a ton about Lord of the Rings when you first got the role. Since then, you've gone super deep into the lore. You're now reading Fellowship of the Ring in your Fable book club. With all that extra insight, do you have even more appreciation for what you were all able to really accomplish with these films?
I think the answer has to be yes, but in a weird way, it's sort of bifurcated. It's taking me, yes, we're doing this. I'm going to read, or we're reading. I think there's 300 people right now in the book club in Fableco, and starting it. And I've made a commitment to myself and a commitment to the group that I'm going to try and read it not from the point of view of Sam. Everything I've experienced with Lord of the Rings, from the movies to the books and the fandom and everything else, toys, everything there is to do with Lord of the Rings, it's always from the perspective of Sam. So I actually want to, I'm a 50-year-old man I'm married for 30 years with 3 kids, and I've got this big career and education and triathlons. Like, I bring a lot to the kind of to the literary experience. And I want to try and open myself up to experience whatever else might be in there, in addition to Sam or separate from Sam. So when you ask that question, I think about, costume fittings and wardrobe tests where they set up the camera and we're kind of walking around like as the characters, or, checking the ears, which ear mold feels like the most you, and you put the ear mold on, and the feet. And somehow that seems in a weird way like separate from the books. I mean, it's crazy. I don't, they're not. Obviously, somebody else does the work. When you read a sentence that says the hobbits have large furry feet, it was somebody else's job to conceptualize what that would mean in terms of how you make the foam mold. And how you build the hair and set the wig lace on the hair so that you can affix it to the top of the foot every day. I'm probably appreciating it more in this moment answering your question than I ever have before. Like, it's for me, I trade in ideas and emotions. That's the space I live in. So I just trust somehow, and it's amazing that Peter Jackson and New Line and the producers of the movie and the creative inspiration, Alan Lee, the artistic, and John Howe, who are the kind of visual inspirations, that they could find digital artists and find costume designers and find all these people and bring them together. All these people who were individually kind of charged with capturing the emotional life of what was on the page and bringing it there. I feel a little bit like the monkey in the rocket ship. Like somebody else designed it, somebody else built it, somebody else operated it, and I'm just sitting in the thing. I'll be able, if I survive it, I'll be able to tell you what I was thinking about and how it felt when I went up there. So I kind of don't want to, in this next Fable I mean, the movies are out now, right? Like I was just talking about this with Stuart, who's a Warner Brothers maven here. I don't know, Stuart, if that's the right way to refer to you, but this is a 31 disc set that they're putting out now. It's got everything in it that fans of the films, of the making of the films, of every aspect that was captured. It's there in this 31 volume disc set, right? At the moment, I'm in a different mentality. I'm in this book mentality, like just this one little book. And so my goal is, I don't want to be thinking about the achievements of the movie today. I want to be reveling in the achievement of the 20-year anniversary. That's why we picked it as the time to launch the book reading. But I almost feel like, and this happened on the movies, like you'd show up to set and it's like an abandoned paint factory. There's nothing appealing about what you're looking at. There's no water tower with the Warner Brothers logo on it. There's no guard gate. Maybe there was a guard gate, but it was like, a guy with it looked like a World War II setting, and you walk in and you sort of go, oh, wow, this is like a really amazing thing here. But it's in the set, and then the door closes, like the door, and then you go do your bit. Everybody can take a moment to appreciate what other people are doing, and then you go do your bit. And your bit is to go into the cubicle to work on the dialect for an hour a day, for 5 days a week, for 6 weeks, or somebody's job is to go over and be building this part of a set. So you, in a weird way, while you appreciate the whole, you are kind of compartmentalized into the thing that you're doing. And at the moment, the thing I'm compartmentalized into is the emotions and ideas of the literary achievement of Lord of the Rings. So somehow it's inextricably linked, and yet it's its own experience.